Okay, I was gonna say it didn't. Where's the signal thing that says you're live?
It just happened just now.
So, good evening, everyone. This is part two of the Thursday AuthorTube Erotic Anthology writing stream. Bum bum bum. Um, Now that said, it does not matter what you are writing. You are welcome to come and stream. But this was put together for the end of March and the beginning of April for. Can you hear me? Am I echoing?
I don't hear echo.
Okay. For the writers in the anthology, and there's a lot of us, to get some words in or to do some revisions or whatever it is, wherever place they are. And that's what this is for. So before we go any further, let's introduce our first guest for tonight. Hopefully some more people will be popping in and out, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead, Miss Stein.
So, if you don't know me, you can't go by the name that's on the screen currently. So, I'm the Mission of Horror author, D.L. Tillery, also known as Lavinia Hart, and that would be my pen name for when I write erotica. And that name is actually my middle name. That's what the L stands for in my name, and Hart just seemed to fit well with that. So, if you don't know about me, I'm over on my channel under Author DL Tillery, where I talk about horror. I do my tours for my books that I collect because I have over 5,000 books and counting. And I also always talk about horror over there and my journey as a writer. So check out my channel if you're interested in horror, about dark fantasy, anything writing that would be journey based. Then you can check me out over there. And tonight, I can't wait to dig into this new erotica story I'm working on.
Yeah. We can't, unfortunately, we can't talk about the stories in any great detail
Yep.
because it is important. Not that we're hiding it from you all, but we're being private with it amongst us because we are doing each other's little critiques and that kind of thing. And we're doing blind critiques. So mine is the only one that's not totally a blind critique, but that's only because I'm sharing with the rest of the writers as I go so they can see what I'm talking about when you're um not formatting. When you're submitting, make it look like this. When you're doing blah blah blah, make it look like that. So I'm using mine as the example. So everybody knows which one is mine. But other than that, I'm the only one, and my assistant is the only one who knows the other little what the stories are. And you guys are gonna lose your minds with some of the stuff that some people have come up with, present company included. You know I'm looking at us sideways.
I don't know what you mean.
I'm just like it's some good steamy stuff coming. And what I like about the anthology is that it's all levels of steam. So you have one flame to five flames, you know? So you have people who are really groovy with it and it's so sensual and lovely. Then you have me. So I don't care. I'm
And I
hardcore.
hang out with you, so that might be the problem.
I hope I ain't touch you too hard because
Well,
I'm already nervous with your I'm nervous with your Pantheon and your twist. So I can't wait to read it. It's killing me not to talk about these stories. The same thing I was telling Dahlia. Dahlia was like, "Yeah, we can't talk about it. We have to keep everything on the hush hush," and we do.
yeah.
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, you
Now,
hear about all the pantheons, all the things that's coming to us. Like you must really be itching, like, oh my god, I need to read these.
some of the
Just the idea.
we have a writer in this
Mm.
who couldn't have picked two more opposite pantheons.
Really, that's cool.
And it's so cool what they're doing with it. Like, that's all
Right?
I
You're
can
like,
say.
what?
Forgive me for
I
being
think
so
you're happy
vague.
that someone thought of such a thing.
I was looking down at the notes that came in. I was like, I might quit writing. Like, what? So yeah, it's some stuff. Now, my story doesn't have a title yet, and that's one thing we talked about earlier. And I usually don't tell your title. I wasn't saying that. Don't tell your title.
Well, I'm not gonna say that.
Um, But usually that's the first thing I come up with. So right now it's just called Genesis Jones, and that's the lead character's name. But I want to show you all what our short story character sheet looks like. So I know it's not totally easy to see.
Yeah, we can say it though.
But and that's Genesis because she is the bomb.
True that she is.
So I realized that whenever I'm doing my character breakdowns, that the sheets I have, they're great for when you're doing a novel, but it was too much for a short story. Like you didn't need to know what school they were in or went to, or who the best friend was, if the best friend isn't also in the story. So I was like, I got to come up with a more condensed version, and I came up with this. Now this is, I'm not going to show you the pictures of the other two characters, but you have Genesis Jones, you have Jean-Luc Beaumont. Mm.
Mm. I could be your own character.
I just, because some of the stuff he be saying out his mouth.
Listen, I feel you though. I live right there with you. Cagliostro saw opening his mouth. I'm like, I'm like, you wrote that. Why are you to that?
I know, and I try to catch myself sometimes, and you realize you're making him say the things he just said.
And if you listen, if you even bothered at all, but you like, I turn myself on. What's wrong with me?
Genesis, the cool thing with Genesis, and I talked about this already, so it's not like spoiler. It's not spoiler anyway. The spoiler stuff I'm not going to say. True. Genesis is the sheriff of the gulch that she lives in.
Yeah, I can't wait for that. Though.
Now, mind you, she's the sheriff. She is a Black woman. So right there, she got two exes against her. Who the hell?
This is time setting. Like in this setting, you know it.
Right, and it is Western. It is 1800. So
girl, you could have literally made her any brown race, and that would have been a problem.
Right. I'm telling you. Wait, it's 1800s America, so you know it's sideways. But on top of that, like how she became the sheriff is a key story. But
which is really cool to know. I want to know that real bad.
Yeah, I told what happened was she was basically Genesis was the maid for the sheriff, the actual sheriff. And he was one of those guys that it's hard to say like without sounding like, oh, well, he's woke. But he understood humans were just humans.
Yeah.
But he also understood that he didn't live in a time where anybody else felt that way that's nearby him.
Yeah, yeah.
So what he did was, even though this girl was woman, because she was grown when she came into service, right. She was his maid.
Yeah.
But he made her a deputy. Because
there's no fighting that if he made her a deputy, you know.
No one's ever going to respect her, so he made her a deputy. The bad part about it is that then he gets killed.
So that means sheriff,
new sheriff in town, and the townsfolk are so happy about it. So you have Jean-Luc Beaumont, and he's this Cajun guy from New Orleans who showed up, and then you have Gray's son. And it's gray, as in the color gray, Grey, sun, SUN. And the reason why he got the name, he's Native American. When he was born, the sun just left the sky, and he got this beautiful color. And they said he stole the sun. So that's how he became the gray sun.
You know why people be stealing the sun?
Well, he's I can't wait till y'all see him. He fine.
Listen, you said Native American. Shh. We don't even try.
He fine. But Jean-Luc fine too.
Well, his name is Luke. Really.
Jean-Luc. The thing with Jean-Luc that has me laughing every time I type any part of his dialogue is, you ever meet that person who, no matter what you say to them, you can't get under their skin? That's this character.
Love it.
He's called everything but a child of God, and he will flip it and turn it around.
Nice, I love that.
He had the nerve, one of the townsfolk, because Jean-Luc is all prim and proper, and one of the townsfolk called him a queer.
Oh.
And he was very delighted to hear that. And his response to it is priceless. I am not sharing it. His response, I will share it with you.
You come up with the best responses to stuff, like just for your characters to be smart ass remarks. Your
And
curse.
he just perfect. And he just so good with it. And then I'm gonna pat the guy on the shoulder and walk away. Like you can't get to him. And I love him. I love him. But anyway, let's say hello to the chat because I know SD was already in here.
Yeah.
I don't know if she's still in here. That's my brother. Yeah, you. It's always some. It's always that one person. And it doesn't matter what you do or say. You could just come up with the most
And if
tragic
you get
stuff to
under
say,
this,
and they will twist it and be like, "All right, what's up,
super
Beatrice?
villain
Super
Hey.
villain in the house." Well, let me see. Is it just us? Because wait a minute, what time is it? Oh yeah, we need to start in 3 minutes.
That's cool.
So
I'm already ready anyway.
so,
Thank you for the words, SD. I appreciate it.
what I miss?
Oh, she just said my channel was awesome. And that
Oh,
comes with someone who doesn't like horror. But
well,
just like our
I
fantasy
think your
stuff.
channel was awesome too, and you know I can't even handle horror.
So I guess it's a good thing I write dark fantasy, huh, SD?
My son is back. How have you been, sir?
Hello.
I like Rory. Yeah, I'm down with that. I'm down with that. So if you missed it, my internet son, everybody. I'm sorry, he's my AuthorTube son. If you missed it, we're writing, we're streaming, and we're going to stream for as long as we can. My goal is to make it to 11 because your girl is so far behind that I just need to get back on track, and it's going to feel good to do that.
She's so far behind that she got 2 behinds now and had to take 2 seats.
What? You ain't lying. So just to be clear, you do not have to be part of the anthology or writing any kind of what we're doing. It's all about writing, getting some words in. We're going to be getting in some sexy words.
Yeah, this is true. I got my work cut out for me. Whew.
Let's see. I missed you. I'm glad you've been good. And by good, you don't mean bad, right? Let's see. So far behind too, so I should stay on. But Jim, if you know what, you got to do what is best for you.
Facts.
Stay on if you're motivated. Go to bed if you're not. 5 o'clock, come early. Don't be mad at me tomorrow. And we're going to be doing it again Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. That's the thing until April.
Yep.
What's
I'll be able to be on both times on Tuesday because I'm surprisingly off. I hardly ever get weekdays off.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Internet breaks are healthy.
Facts.
Now I'm not a person who bashes the internet. You know, people are like, oh, I hate this and third. Everybody start writing. It's quarter of now. Come back at the bottom of the hour. But it is good to take a break from it.
How long are sprints? So we do how long are sprints?
Miss Lavinia, I need one thing from you to help me.
What's that?
If you hear the bloop come in when somebody else come in, please let me know because I may not necessarily hear it or see it.
Yeah, I'll pay attention to them popping in, of course. And wait, what time are we coming back? Is it a long sprint?
No, what 7:30.
7:30, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I'll write it, but yeah, 7:30. All right, everybody, right. We're doing a 15 just to get warm. Okay, hold on. Alexa, stop. Fucking annoying. All right, we're back.
We are back.
Yeah, girl,
How'd it go?
I can't stand that damn stupid thing. I'm not going to track my words and my word count to the very end,
Okay.
but I'm in here just tripping off this damn character. Hey, Sean. Hey, girl. Hey.
I'm liking the development of my character.
Which one to lead?
Yeah, I wasn't aware of
Mm,
the personality until
That's
it
what
happened.
happens. That's what happens. That's what happens. Hold on. Did I just see Sean again?
Yeah. Hey.
Wait a minute. Hold on. 105. Oh, you got me. Because I was in here too busy. Look, I don't think I got 100 words other than you laughing. Oh my gosh.
I got a couple hundred, so not too bad.
Hey, ladies, be said, all righty. All right.
Cool.
But where we at? So it's 7:32. So we have a lot of time and a little bit of time at the same time. But I like Dahlia's suggestion that we did on the stream this morning, and we just eased up into them till we got to the 20 minutes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that.
And I didn't need to spend 20 more minutes. I mean, 5 more minutes with these characters anyway, the way they're acting right now. Woo. I will say this as my only disclaimer. I will not be writing any juicy scenes while I'm on camera. I cannot do it. But I will write some leading up to it. And I just wrote a leading up to it. And I was picturing one of the characters, the male, I already told y'all names. I was picturing Grayson walking away. And the view was really good. So yeah. That's all I can say. I started working on what I'm calling my Medusa heist book. What?
Nice. I'm interested in that.
Didn't you have a Zodiac one too?
I think so. I think that was.
I think you had a Zodiac one too.
I think I heard that.
140 on your cell phone. The only way I'm getting 143 words on a phone is if I'm dictating. That's awesome. I cannot do it. Oh, let me tell you. Let me show you something beautiful. If I can. Bam!
Oh, you got it plugged up?
I've been writing all the good stuff with this bad boy. Wait a minute, let me turn the light off.
It goes like clickety click
click
click.
Better.
Pink and silver, who can beat that?
It's so pretty.
It is very pretty.
It's so pretty.
Does it make the cool typewriter sound?
I'll let you hear it before I turn off mute. But look, it'll do. It's even gray and white cord.
Yeah.
It's just so pretty. It's so pretty. So pretty. It's the best birthday present. I mean, and the way that you can light it up, you can go like full scale light to no light at all. And depending on what time of day it is how much light I need.
Yeah, I like that idea though.
Right. Because I have to depend on touch typing anyway. Yes. But then I don't have to so much the way this is situated.
Well, that's good.
It's just so cool.
Got to hook up. No, I'll hook you up.
Yes, Danny got this for me for Christmas.
I'll hook you up.
I love it. And the mouse isn't hooked up yet because the mouse is connected to the new computer. But this is the mouse.
So pretty and shiny, ready to work.
It looks bionic.
Right?
I love it. I love it. So what time is it? Because I want to
34. 7:34.
So let's do another 15 and we'll wait for Dahlia.
Okay.
And that way we'll have the top of the hour, then she can introduce herself and all that other good stuff. So 15 more minutes, guys. In the chat, tell me what you're working on. Tell me what you're working on. I want to get as much information as you're willing to share. Titles, characters, storylines, whatever you got going on. All right? All right. See you in 15. I'll let you hear that I'm typing in a second. I got to do something real quick.
You good? I'll be listening.
All right, here's some clacking for a few seconds.
Okay.
I don't know if you can hear it right now. Hold on.
Yeah, it's good. Wow, it's like a typewriter.
The mic is up high because it's for me, but hopefully you can hear it.
Yeah, I can hear it. Like you're getting work done.
Right, and I got to get used to it because I'm not used to it. Like
Yeah.
back in the day, this was what I did. Love it. That's enough of that. All right. Oh, my cam not on. So did I mute and not have the cam on?
You were unmuted and camera off.
Okay. Now let's do that the right way. Okay, everybody, that is time. Before we get any further, I would like for Miss Ava Fox to introduce herself. But there's a caveat. Do not make a mistake and say your gem designation. Don't divulge. And try not to tell too much of your story if it's spoilery. Okay? But have at. I can't hear you if you're talking. Okay.
All right. My name is Ava Fox. Oh, really? Okay.
What?
Can you hear me now?
I can now.
Okay.
You're
got
lagging
a
a
lot of
little, I think.
feedback. I have no idea where all this feedback's coming from.
Me either, because I can hear you loud and clear.
All
But
right.
you are lagging.
All right. Here we go. I'll start over again. I am Ava Fox, and I'm supposed to tell you about myself.
You can just introduce yourself however you want. Talk about you being an anthology if you want to. Just do
Okay.
not say what your gem designation is. That's the only real rule.
Okay. All right. Well, then, yeah, I was going to say this has definitely been a very interesting anthology. It's really made me use my brain, and I'm very excited about it. So hopefully I've done the assignment right, and I won't disappoint anyone.
I have complete faith in you.
We doubt it.
There's no way. Actually, that brings up a good thingy. Can you guys tell the audience what was required of you for the anthology? Do not tell your shit. Just what you had to do.
You want to go, Ava?
Yes. So we were to take two gods from different pantheons and blend them together into an erotic story that at the end is going to be some kind of awesomeness. And I think that's why it's really been kicking my ass, because trying to like blend everything to make sure that everything makes sense and I'm not contradicting anyone's whatever. It's difficult, but it's okay. I'll make it through.
It's been fun. It's been fun though. It's like I think we were taking like the mythos of I guess, if for the people who may not understand certain words, possibly a culture, let's say, a mythos from us, whatever culture, whatever type of gods that all the different cultures have. You can pick a god from that specific mythos, and then you wanted to tell a tale that's erotic and have a twist of some kind, and you had to pick a subgenre with that. So you see all the different things we got to put together in order to come up with these tales. So it's definitely like, if you are a person that goes aha type of thing, or if you're a person that's like likes a challenge, far as I would call it an easy challenge in a way, kind of like when you hear something that someone like, oh well, this is the project and these are the tools that you need to go to for this project, and you're like, I'm excited to come up with something. Then that was like the thing. So I was excited because I dibbled and dabbled in erotica on my own time, because I mostly write horror and I write dark fantasy and romance and dark romance and things like that. So, and just fantasy. So this was new for me to actually get something out that's going to be published, which I was excited about because I like erotica. So, and I've read it many years. So I was excited for that. So, and I think erotica just gets a bad name somehow because, being honest, we all mostly like sex. Like most of us,
people don't.
not everyone. That's why I didn't say everyone. Most of us do like sex, but I think a lot of people have a problem talking about sex. Also, admitting if they enjoy it or admitting if they like it, and even more so when it's females. As if we, even to this day, in the modern world in which we live in, it's somehow shamed in a way if females enjoy sex or reading about sex.
That's
My
the part that
concept,
always bothered me is shaming it. Because
yeah,
I
there's no
do
need for
agree
that.
with
You don't
if
have to
you don't like
watch it or read
something,
it.
then stay away
Right.
from it, but
Just
don't put
don't do
somebody
it.
else down.
Right, exactly. So it's that whole thing is kind of goofy to me because we know how well the as an example, how well the porn industry does. Let's not pretend a lot of people don't look at it. Okay? Let's stop pretending because they make money, so we know that people look at it. And
Right.
not to mention there's amateur stuff that people look at. So there's nothing wrong with that. If you want to look at it, there's nothing wrong with that. But just like when a female picks up an erotic book or even romance in some cases, you get side eyed like, what are
I
you
saw in
reading?
one of my
You're
erotica groups, and I'm saying erotica groups, erotica book groups.
Mm-hmm.
I saw somebody and they were showing where they put book covers on the outside of their book so they can be on the bus reading the
yeah,
book.
yeah.
And
Like when you're in school and you know
I
your
was like,
teacher that you're
honey,
reading
this
something.
would be me.
Right? Me too. I don't care.
I
Now
mean,
I understand if you want to hide, then hide.
It's
We have
fine.
we
But
have
if I'm
quite
over
a
there reading
few.
mine, not ashamed of it, or just reading mine because I don't feel any reason to hide it, then somebody will come at you for that. Like, if the person wants to
right.
hide it, that's fine for them. If the person doesn't, that's also
That's
fine.
also fine.
It's
And
like,
that's the thing that gets on my nerves that people put
yeah,
down
it's still
the
pretty
people who are
lame.
open.
It's lame that
Yeah.
that's the
I
case,
don't
but
like that.
it's nothing wrong with enjoying sex if you
I
enjoy
th-
it.
I think that it also so if this person's on the city bus and they're reading an erotica and there's very explicit my ass is hanging out on the
Like, you
cover.
probably don't want to read aloud.
Well, I
No,
mean
you're
there are
talking about the cover. I know what you mean.
right. There are children ride the city bus as well, so I understand why they
I
might want
do
to.
understand.
Yeah.
I was poking
But
fun at that.
I
but
wouldn't have to
no,
worry
I
about this. I'd never be on a bus.
But where my problem will come in, if you're that person that's covering up the book,
mhm.
but then putting people down, being a hypocrite, that gets on my nerves.
Well, yeah,
But
It's
and
no,
not really mostly coming from, it's not really always coming from like I guess the person that may be reading it, they are themselves possibly hiding it, minus the fact of like if they're reading it in public and then there's like children or whatever that might be occurring around something like that. Most likely this scenario doesn't happen too often, but the person that's
yeah.
hiding it isn't probably hiding it because they thought of the children. They might be hiding it because it was taught in society for us to be ashamed of it. That's usually the case. That's how
that
humans
could be a
work because
factor
of
in
social
too.
standings. These are facts. So it's kind of like that's what the whole thing with erotica, because it's not just sex. Erotica goes into detail. And that's when some people who may be okay with just standard sex, they might be like, I just can't handle the details of it, even if they themselves have been involved in the details. Because
Well,
like the
here's my
chance that
thing.
they have.
My favorite writer, she writes under a pseudonym. You absolutely do not know who she really is in the
She
real
is
world.
real world,
And
yep.
she does that on purpose because she is a professor at a college
So she
and
can't.
she teaches like anthropology or something.
Yeah.
And she feels as though she would lose her job if they knew she wrote that.
She
So
literally
I
would.
get that makes sense.
And that
That
still
makes
upsets
sense.
me to this day that you are like you can lose your job, your job because of your
And
personal.
she teaches at a college, not a
This is
high
not
school,
children. These are
a
adults.
college.
But you know how
And
they
she has to
censor
worry about that,
adults
but she's not wrong because
because
they
she
will
knows what's
find a
going to
way to
happen.
say, "Oh, you're not appropriate
She already know that's what's going to
teach
happen.
these students."
I already know in being a dancer and belly dance is what I specialized in growing up and still that just being a belly dancer, if someone is a teacher, they can't really be like on the internet as much and showing any like stuff as much as dancers who are not in certain fields and things like that. And something as simple as belly dance, because it's not an erotic dance. But since the costumes can be like showing some skin, heaven forbid a female show any skin or a man show any skin, because but more so women than anything, but don't show skin. We're going back to the ancient times, apparently. I guess they die, but none of that stuff ever happened. But we should be ashamed of our nakedness. I don't think so. I'm very much that female where
I don't want to
of
get
it.
too much on a tangent on it, but yeah,
Well-
it does. Hypocrites is what bugs me. Not
Not
hiding,
choice.
not hiding, or not
choice.
being private, I should say.
Yeah,
'Cause
not
there's a
choice. The
difference.
shaming. The shaming is the
Yeah,
problem.
the shaming has to end.
Because I've heard it too many times with erotica, how people put down like the writers that write it, or people that read it, for heaven's sake.
My son told me, now I want you guys to remember, my son's 31 years old. My son told me that he has to now go to therapy.
He's so stupid.
Not because he read anything, but because he knows I wrote
it. Write it. He is goofy.
So he has to go to therapy.
I would take what he says as a grain of salt.
He's
not serious. But yeah, it's a shame in my opinion, because of the fact that some people feel that they have to hide. Not that they want to, because if you want to, that's your choice. Again, I don't like
just
the society
don't shame people who don't
lay out that they feel that they can have the carte blanche to tell someone that they should be ashamed of something so silly as reading a book or watching a film, because they themselves don't like it.
I'm sorry. Miss Ava, where are you in the process
We're all
right now of writing this particular tale that you're writing?
I would say that I am like 90% into my first draft.
Wow, that's awesome. That's better than me. I'm telling you. Go ahead.
So in all fairness, sex and sexuality is primarily all I'm writing these days. And so I would not say it's never easy for me to write. You don't just sit down at a keyboard and all of a sudden start coming up with this. And people who say, "Oh, erotica, it's the easiest genre to write," it's like, that isn't.
Who said that lie?
I'm so glad I never heard that lie. I would feel some type of way because I'm like, it's easy. Why am I struggling?
Right. Well, and I honestly believe that it's easy for people who write sloppy erotica. So if you don't want quality and you don't care if there's,
any story structure,
right, story structure, or there's, two people in a scene and you've got 3 dicks, you know what I'm saying? It's like that's not working. That's really not working. I mean,
yeah, because you always need at least 4.
Well, I think we could come up with something.
Just playing.
So it's yeah, but I think I've changed my storyline so many times.
Did you start back in December?
Yeah. I started brainstorming, and I had this idea, and it was all coming out and everything, and then I was like, I don't know. Then,
I didn't start till January, and then I got sick, and life and heartbroken, and a whole bunch of other stuff was going on. So I was piddling my way through.
Yeah,
I came up with the idea like in was that February when I gave you the idea, whatever, late January.
Was it February? No,
and I didn't do nothing.
It was before February.
I didn't do nothing until last week, and then I was like, okay, the outline's done. And then I was like, you're going to start writing, but I got like 3 other projects too. And I was like, you know what? We got the sprints. I'll just wait.
But this is what's beautiful. I love these writers. I love you all so much. You just don't know. Because every time I'm getting new notes and I'm just looking down at the computer and I'm like, so you have one person who's completely done their entire first draft and just waiting for us to get into the next round of what we're doing. And then you have people who are panicking. They haven't started. They started over 3 times. But when I tell you that the story ideas that are coming in, the notes that I am seeing, and it's like, oh, I got this idea that I'm going to do this and this and blah, blah, blah. I'm going to blend, this panty on with this panty on, and then I'm going to retell Robin Hood. Stuff like, I'm like, where would you come up with that? Some King Arthur shit. I'm loving it.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good book. I know it is.
I'm loving it. I'm so proud of everybody. The only thing that I was worried about was that the writers that are involved, and there's 13 of us, and I was worried that they would get scared and be like, the deadline's coming. Oh my God, I'm not going to make it. And I keep emphasizing, we're talking first draft. Do not panic. First draft is due. Not final done, edited, and all that other stuff. Just the first draft. Don't panic.
Yeah.
So I'm so proud of you. You guys just don't know. And I like,
out the park.
But I also felt like a big ass slacker too. Because
when you told me somebody was done, I was like, well,
yeah, it's a couple people almost done. But it's equal. It's so across the board.
Yeah. Like I'm really trying hard not to get. I don't want to get to the point where I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna start over again. And so I'm slowly chipping away at it because I'm like, yeah, this is good. This is great.
I know it's gonna be good. I can't wait.
But and I always I like to start my stories with like a so I got the I got the beginning. I got the first initial out of the way. So I'm good. I am good.
This is going to be, now believe it or not, even though this is a short story, this is going to be one of the few times I have a prologue. I don't always have, and I love prologues, but I do not write them well. So I don't, usually generally include them. And this one had a prologue. Like, whoa, look at me.
SD says she's heading out.
Oh, shoot. I'm sorry.
Hold on. She thanks for the sprints. So she's heading to bed. She's got that gym at 5 a.m.
Oh, yeah. 5 o'clock in the morning gym, go to bed.
For real, right?
129. Dang. That's still more than me because I was rearranging some stuff in my outline. I have a lot of stuff written, but it's still hodgepodge lodge.
Vampire Assassin, I love that you ride the bus.
I haven't been on the bus in so long. I used to love bus riding. I did. I was one of like the corny kids on the way home. And we had to do public transportation in Baltimore because unless you lived in a county schools had buses, but city kids had to make their own way.
It was like, look, I remember my older brother used to go to the School of the Arts in Baltimore, and he used to have to catch like 3 buses because we lived up in like Buford or whatever, like going towards Rochetown Road Plaza. And so he had to catch like 3 buses, go all the way down deep in downtown. Then he had to walk. And he used to get chased and all kinds of stuff back then. Like, it was all horror stories, man, when he was a kid, getting teenager walking down there, people trying to mess with you and stuff. Like, ooh, no thanks. I don't miss the days of the bus. I used to get on the bus with my mom sometimes, but like, nope, I haven't been on the bus since I was a kid, and I don't plan on ever getting on one again.
It's been years since, I think my last college stint was the last time I've been on a bus.
Probably take a trip to like, what's that? Where do people go? Is it
New York
City, where they go like slots or whatever? People go play slots.
Oh, I haven't been there yet, but I might.
Something like, I think my mom used to go. I haven't, but I wanted to show you, Dana. I'm sorry. I wanted to show you guys. I blended y'all names, so forgive me. Danny.
It's okay.
And Ava, not Dava.
You're just gonna be a whole new person.
That's right.
I just wanted to show you my sheet.
Yeah, Kurt.
And this is my short character. This is just the short character bio.
I love that you put that together, and
very helpful.
And I love the structure and everything. And I keep looking at it, but I'm like, so it's such a weird process that goes on in my mind, and so I try to it's the most basic outline concept ever, and it is so easy. But I like. Every time I've been like, okay, I'm going to follow this outline. I'm going to do it. I'm going to follow it. I'm like, no, I'm not. Here we go. Hang on.
And you don't have to. That's the beautiful thing. You don't have to.
Right.
But I realized that my character sheets, and like I was saying earlier, my character sheets for my normal novels and stuff like that, there was too much going on. I don't need all that. I just need to know like who she is, what she looks like, because I want to remember everybody's physicalities.
Right.
And then the only thing I put in here that I put in profession and hobby, because my three characters had profession and hobby. I said, I want to remember, I don't want to forget to make sure I say she's the sheriff. Like, make sure I say it. Don't be just making it. Why she walk around with a star on her boobs? Oh, yeah.
Right.
Let's get that right.
Because she's a dancer.
Don't make me, Ava.
Oh, sorry.
Don't make me think of stuff to put in it. I'm already struggling. So, let me see. Where's he at?
You stop.
Yeah. We got like one more minute before we need to start. So, yeah, it's just really making me happy that everybody's so getting into it and getting it done, and everybody is so different. You guys are going to fall out when y'all get the PDF copy of the stories and see how around the planet Earth you guys went. Yeah. Some of y'all left planet Earth too.
Right.
But it is. I'm so proud.
Yeah. So I'll have to send you a message on what I finally decided on. But the Greeks are meeting the Egyptians and a retelling of a Christian story. So huzzah!
Watch out.
Anytime you do Bible fiction, you win.
Oh my God.
You win.
And I'm having so much fun with it. Because recently I went on like a deep dive of like what it actually means when somebody tells you to go home and take a bath or to wash your feet. Yes, I don't want to give too much stuff away.
No, don't say too much, because I don't want the people in our little anthology to figure out which story is yours.
Right.
So don't say too much, because remember, we're not critiquing.
Right. I'm not.
We got Miss Dahlia in the house.
Why is my headphone not?
Oh, good. I'm not the only one that was having technical issues.
Oh, you should have seen me this morning. It was sad.
Yeah.
Does this bother you?
Sorry.
The talking?
It was sad. But yeah, so
I'm also not even.
Go ahead. You got perfect timing, because we got like 2 minutes before the next sprint.
Okay. Have you been sitting?
Am I wrong? No, 2 minutes. So
Aphrodite, have you been sitting in the chair since this morning? Because this is where I left you.
Say again.
I said you've been sitting in that chair since
Pretty
this
much,
morning.
except for eating and finding my Clark Kents.
My goodness.
Because I gotta have my secret identity. Y'all don't know why.
Of course, you can't let everything be hanging out like that.
That's right.
Except for I always tell myself, because I'm Team Spencer.
You gave your identity away. We've seen you both wear that.
Nope, Clark Kent's. You don't have no idea.
My bad.
Now, if I drag Queen snatch his wig off, don't nobody get mad at me, because it's already getting on my nerves. I'm just saying.
Snatch all you want.
So go ahead, Miss Dahlia. Introduce yourself really quickly.
All right, I'm Dahlia De Winters. I write romance under Dahlia De Winters, and I write horror under Zane Hill, and that's about it.
I got a question. You need to get over there on my show, then. I don't know why you haven't filled out yet. I'm confused.
I'm confused.
I have been following your videos, though. I've been undercover. I'll tell you, once we go in off the air, I'll tell you, I've been in a mess. Aphrodite knows what's been going on with me this year, and I've been running on a treadmill trying to catch up, and I'm going to be over on your channel soon.
It's all right. I'll be waiting for you.
Well, let everyone know also, where are you in the process of
Well,
this
I wrote the
particular
first
tale?
chapter, so I laid the groundwork of what I'm going to do. But for these sprints, I have a general idea, but I still have to map out the little tiny events along the way. So that's what I'm going to be doing tonight.
That's awesome. Well, you came right on time for a sprint, so we're going to jump into it. Everybody go right, come back at 1:30. See you in a few.
We ready.
Stop.
Okay, everybody. That's time. Let's see. I'm trying to get in the chat to see what everybody was doing. Oh, that was you.
Yes, that was me.
Okay, guys, how did you do?
I was able to find the notebook that I've been writing in and get caught up on where I left off. So now I'm ready to maybe get started.
Ready to really move forward.
Yeah. Only took me an hour, but I got there.
But you got there.
Okay.
See, as long as they end it with "you got there,"
Exactly.
you're good.
That's right.
Because I'm just starting, so it's like I'm at about 500 words in, so it's getting somewhere. It's not. I have an outline, so it's kind of like I got my blueprint, so it's not going to really take me long to write it up.
Okay.
And I'm a short story writer predominantly.
See, I don't have that gift.
So it's not like it's an easy thing for me to keep a story. I can end it anytime I want to. So it's not like I have to be like, I gotta keep this word count in restraint. So I think with the sprints, I'll be able to finish it in no time. It's just then you have to clean it up.
Yeah, we're gonna sprint all the way up to the last day.
Yeah, so it should be. I'll be able to finish it. I'm not overly worried about it.
I don't
I'm
have
excited
a choice.
to see what the characters develop into. You have an outline. You're like, okay, here we go, and then you're like, what are you doing, character?
It's like you're taking a road trip and you're supposed to be going straight through and you end up, well, I'm starting in New Jersey, but let me drop down to Texas instead of going straight across.
Oh, no. How did I end up in Japan?
Exactly. Antarctica.
Like, wait a minute. Why would you say that? You messed up the whole thing. Now I got to figure out some stuff to make what you said make sense.
Be like, oh, man, why'd you have to pull out this attitude? That's what my character right now. I'm like, I didn't know you were going to be like this. I had like, an idea. And I'm like, wow, you're really something with this attitude.
You're really showing out here, messing up my outline.
Right? I didn't put that in my outline.
Well, I learned a couple new things about my character.
Right.
And I'm almost like I'm 99% done tweaking the outline so things are happening in the right order. Mm-hmm. Because I was getting I got a character that just won't shut up. So I was getting stuff in. I'm like, wait, that's not making sense if I put that there. So I got to move that. If I move that, other things are shaking. But next sprint, I will have it. Next sprint.
Vampire Assassin said, sadly didn't get any words, but just got off the bus and had to walk about 10 minutes. So now home with the laptop, ready to go.
Well, you got the laptop. You're ready to go.
That's what's up. Because you better than me, because I could have did it on the phone. Unless it was dictation.
Yeah.
Sitting on the bus talking.
Be like,
and then he moved up to her slowly and caressed her.
People be turning around like, what's happening?
Yeah, that was
getting off the bus. And let me off here.
If anything, the bus driver be like, here's your money back, get off.
Yeah, please.
Like, listen, too much information, ma'am. You need
to therapy. Talk to somebody.
Oh, how funny.
So I'm feeling better than I was before the day started as far as the story. Because I had so much I knew that the input was going to be.
Yeah.
But I did not have it. I didn't have it situated enough. And now, I'm having a good old time with them interacting with each other. And then me moving the stuff. I wish I could show you, but I don't want to push buttons. But I finally got, I'm telling you, next sprint, I will be able to start writing actual scenes as opposed to me just dumping.
Oh, that's good. That's a good feeling.
It feels really good because I didn't know I was going to get there. So
I feel accomplished when I finish the outline. I'm like, well, this is done.
What you talking about? I have encyclopedias full of all my outlines and all my synopsis. Every time I tried to write a blurb, every single thing I did. If I drew the character instead of, don't even get me started.
The list of names that you're choosing from.
and change to.
I had to pick all the characters. Now I have a good amount of characters, and I was like, I picked all their names a couple days ago. That took a while because there's twists of elements and things. I was like, all right, this one goes with this one. Like, biatch, you gonna need a map for this. I'm gonna need a map.
Mine have elemental stuff too. So I have earth, air, and water. The 3 characters are those things.
Yeah, I don't.
But it's hidden. You got to really be like, oh, I see what she did.
Aphrodite already knows I got my work cut out for me.
Oh, I'm a girl. I don't. I
why
can't
did we
wait.
do this to myself?
I hate that. I can't wait
simple.
till this isn't a secret anymore.
Kept
But
it
yeah,
simple,
we got to
but I did not keep it simple.
You did not.
Of my life.
Look at me, everybody. She did not. I can't wait to see how she makes this a short.
Oh,
I know you were saying you were like,
that's a dare right there.
No,
I'll be okay. I'm
that's
like,
a challenge.
I'll be okay.
Absolutely.
I can't wait to reading it. Gonna be
I'm like, I'm looking at all the notes for it. I'm like, 12,000 words.
She's like, okay then. Well, I got general idea. 17,000 might be the thing, but if I can go under that, I totally will. But I'll probably be cutting some.
Well, I mean, again, and definitely not in your first draft. Don't worry about cutting or.
Oh, I ain't worried about the first draft.
Don't do those 2 things. If you run short of 5 or over 12, don't worry about that.
Not gonna panic.
And we're not gonna be.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you're pushing 12, you're like getting into novella territory, and
well, that's why I capped it at 12.
Yeah,
because I wanted people
that's
to
a
have
long
breathing
short
room.
story. Yeah,
right. But I wanted people to have breathing room. My short story was 35,000 words.
Oh,
so
that's 3 short stories.
Well,
the girl don't had a gift, and I was proud because I said it was short.
Right.
I think they still can count. Like I usually write short stories, in my opinion, because the short story number can go up to 20,000. Really, novellas start hitting novella space when you hit 20,000. But I'm usually like, I could tell you a story in 1,200 words if it's a short story. I could do flash fiction too.
1,200 words. I'm still describing what he looked like.
Okay,
100
words, and I think Fractals was like 2,000 and something words. So I could tell you a whole thing in a short period of time. But it's like when you start adding a good amount of characters in the thing, in order for it to be coherent, you're going to start having some word number issues there. But I never have. I'm like the writer that's like, well, this is the numbers and this is what you're getting. I don't do that whole filling thing. I don't do that. I'm not.
In school, I was the kid that when the teacher would say, you have to do a 2,000 word paper and blah blah blah. My hand would go up so quick. Is that the cap?
Is that the cap?
Is that
just
the
a round suggestion?
You was like, I'm in trouble. That's the cap. Like,
and I've had teachers say, you better not have
2001. I can tell you what I need to tell you in 50 words.
See, again, I did not have that blessing. In 50 words, I can't tell you what she got on.
Girl, see that? But see, people say that. But then the writers like me, who are like, they're looking at like, now we don't have to worry about it when you're self-published. You don't have to really. It's kind of like do whatever you want to do. We're going back to old days when they used to write a book, and then whatever the word count was the book. Now everybody got rules and stuff like, well, if you got this many words, that's not
a lot.
You're getting those people like.
But that's because there was gatekeepers in the industry because the industry, the publishing industry, made their parameters.
I know. We know.
So that's why that came about.
We have to follow those. Suppose I do what I want to do. Guess what? If I said it's 35,000 words and I said it's a book, guess what? It's a book because it's binded and you read it, so it's a book. So I don't even want to hear your words. Bye. Like, I'll do what I want to do.
It's a book because it exists.
Right.
It's a book. I don't want to hear that.
Shattered, which is a coming of age tale, which is the only time I ever wrote a coming of age tale. It is not my thing.
And it's amazing.
Shattered is 83,000 words. Nobody would have published that.
It was like
not the way it was. No one would have published 83,000 words and it's coming of age and it's new adult. They would have been like, first of all, your new adult isn't a real thing, and second of all, no.
And second of all, no, immediately, right? No, I was like,
So,
Cagliostro is a dark fantasy, but the word right now, because I'm Grayson to the editor, it's like 52,000 words, 52,100 and
mm.
something odd words.
That was my goal,
But
was
it's
around
horror and,
50,000.
it's fantasy, it's dark fantasy, so it's like horror and fantasy, but I don't really follow the rules of like the numbers that they all do for whatever the thing is. When I'm done the story,
That's
that's
when
when
it's
the
done.
word count is done. I don't care about,
I'm going to
let's
put
put
that
it
on
under
a mug.
novella, let's put it under
That's
this,
going on a mug.
I don't
When
care.
I'm done the
The
story,
story's done.
that's when
I'm
it's
not.
Yep.
done.
I don't write epic fantasy simply because I'm not going to go back and add that the blades of grass smooth across the wind. I'm not going to do that unless it's important to the story. I'm not going to put filler so I can have that 100,000 word count because
Yeah.
that's what they said that this type of book takes. Really, that's funny because people like to read shorter books from what I'm hearing on far as statistics are concerned. Because let's think about humans, we busy ourselves, so they don't have a lot of time. We make time though,
But
but
this
they
is
don't have a
what
lot
the
of
real
time.
this is the real answer to that is.
Mhm.
The industry decided this, not the people,
Not the
not the
people.
readers.
Yeah.
The
You see
readers
that big
read
book
because
you
they
were
like to
like,
read.
listen,
The
Jane, I don't think I
industry
got the time.
decided the numbers.
Yep,
So,
it's
and
true.
that's the
Honestly, if
one
it's a
thing
good book, it's a good book.
I would like for people to really get that in their heads as writers, all of us, whether you're traditional or independent,
Mhm.
keep in mind that those parameters were not made by the people who read.
Yeah, and you don't have to
They were made by
follow
the people
the
who make the
parameters
money
anyway.
off the
Right.
people who write.
Yeah, so you're good to like, if I just don't think that you should have to like, don't go back and push yourself to get that number,
To
because
fit in
think
some
about your
certain mold.
story first.
Right. Right.
When you're done, you're done. There's not nothing to do with the editing, because when you edit, you might add words or you
Right.
might take words away, but don't put words in there to
That
get a
don't belong
number.
there.
You're gonna mess up your story and the way
And
you
people
write.
and
You
readers will
find your
know.
niche.
Readers will know. You're not going to
Where the
get
They
flow
by
can
the
is.
tell.
reader.
They can
And the
tell.
sad thing is, you probably would get by the publisher, but you're not going to get by the reader. They're going to call
They're
you
the
out.
ones who's going to be reading it. So it's not a good practice to go back and do that for no reason. If you're a writer that writes like a lot of words, that's fine. That's what your
That's your
story
style.
requires. But really think about it before you go back and be like, look, I'm Googling how many words does a fantasy epic blah 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 take. And unless you're going traditional, they got rules and stuff that they still want. But if you're not traditional, it doesn't really apply to you, because at the end of the day, you're in control of that. You
Well,
don't
that's the whole
have.
point why you're an independent writer and you're not
That's
trying to go
another point. I
traditionally.
like the control.
Amen.
And I'm a control person. I like to control what I do. So that's why I decided to be.
You're a control person, really? Because I would have never noticed.
I can't believe it.
I'm just
Like,
telling
what?
everybody.
Be still my
Stop.
heart.
Newsflash, everyone. You
Be still my ever loving heart.
now you know the secret's out.
Well, I had a story that I did. I gave it to a publisher, and I'm actually going to do a video about this. And it was it was such a bad experience with their editing and what they did and did not do with my story. I ended up coughing up quite a bit of cash to purchase it back from them because I had signed a contract. So of course, to get out of the contract, because they put so much work into the editing, and then she's like, okay, well, here's your final look for your book. I'm going through this. I'm like, I'm finding my own mistakes in the story. They never commented on whether this character did what he was supposed to. There was no real feedback. It was just like almost like a proofread, and a very poor one at that, because I had a big timeline that was all messed up. Like it was morning, then it was night, and then it was morning again, because I had been writing, and they didn't even catch that. So I ended up having to purchase that, and it I almost had a heart attack. But I had, when you're at the point where I had to get it back from them, or else I would be. It was the first in the series too. So if I had allowed them to keep it, I would have been obligated for 3 more books. So I just said, well, either you're going to be crying in your beer for the next 5 years and upset, or you're going to cough up this cash and buy it back from them. And that's what I ended up doing.
Yeah,
and it wasn't cheap.
People need to hear that story for real.
It's nightmares all out there. I talked about my editor, the first editor I worked with.
Mhm.
That turned out to be a nightmare. But I paid a lot of money and I got terrible return because she didn't do her job, and it was by choice because I researched her. I researched and looked at her for a while. I researched her. I read books that she edited,
Mhm.
all this stuff, all the things you should do. And then I hired her.
And
And
still
then
got
it
the
was a
shaft.
payment plan thing. So she didn't even do the job until near the payments were done, which is okay. She literally must have waited until like the last minute when the last payment was about to come in and
To
give
get
it
it
to me on
done.
the deadline. I swear she
Mm-mm.
must have did a rush job because I paid for a critique edit as well, just because I wanted to see how that was. Waste of money, waste of $500.
Must have
That
did a
part
bad
was.
job. I'm going to tell you, as a person who read her edit, she did a terrible job.
It was terrible.
And
And then the
and I'm
critique
that
edit was
girl.
completely pointless.
Uh,
She didn't critique the whole book. She critiqued the female lead in it because the main character is a male, and then the female lead is a secondary character. She pretty much just critiqued Allison, which everybody knows my character stuff by now because I talked about it so much, and was talking about how Allison's this, and this, and I'm like, what about Cagliostro, whose story is even called Cagliostro?
I'm sorry, the title of the book is Cagliostro.
So I gave it away. Like,
I don't know how she missed that.
I'm like, could you critique the whole book and not just talk about Allison, this and that? Like, oh,
Well, I think what you were saying was right. She just waited to when you're doing the
She
payment
did.
plan.
Because the
She just
editing
did
was
it the last
terrible.
minute.
She really
the
did.
editing was terrible, so I had to I paid $1,100 altogether for nothing.
Oh, how about this? And yeah, I'm gonna talk about her. I wish I knew her name. She won't tell me her name. I read the I forget what you call it, but it was like a quote that's in the beginning on the first page of the book, and there was an error in that. How she missed it. And I'm not talking about a comma error or a little error. We're talking that is the absolute wrong word. How you missed that?
Yep.
Because you didn't read it. Because she is no way that she would
On
have
the
read
first
that
page.
and would have missed it. So she just skimmed through it to say that she knew what the characters' names were. That's why she didn't know Allison wasn't the lead. She didn't read the cover.
We wouldn't mesh anyway. She would say some. She said some weird stuff like my main character's mother died a long time ago because he's like hundreds and hundreds of years old, and then Allison had lost her mother, and then she says to him like, "I'm sorry for your loss." You know, even though it's forever ago, you know, because I know you then. And then she actually put a note on that, instead of doing her job, put a note on that was like, everyone loses their mother.
Ain't that some shit?
I was like,
I always know where my mom is. I've never lost her.
Like, what is it, an umbrella?
Now
Your
I've
wallet?
even got like
that.
GPS on my mom. So
I mean, I have to put a GPS on my mom. She has best sense of direction, so I kind of have to do that.
Oh my goodness!
Like, I was like,
y'all out there low jacking y'all mamas.
Editor, shouldn't you be like, if you have something to say about that comment? She's like, I don't think it was like relevant because like everyone loses their mother in their life, so like, oh, so she don't need to have any compassion, or at least say that out of being nice because everyone loses their mother at some point. Like, who are you?
That woman, she wanted to have something to say.
That's a person
that she said something.
Well, I mean,
as that last payment came in.
What was the context? Like, does Allison know that Cagliostro is hundreds of years old, or does he appear to be relatively young?
She knows at this point while he was telling her, the whole sequence was he was telling her about his past, and then he mentions that his mother passed, and when he's talking about it, because she got killed, so he's emotional when he's talking about it, and she says, "I'm sorry for your loss."
Because nobody would say that though. Danny, no one says that. No one says they're sorry for your loss.
It wasn't abnormal for a human, even though he's not, for a human to say that, even if the person passed away, if they see the person being emotional about it still. Even though he's a being, he's still being emotional. So it's kind of like, even if that was the case, even if it wasn't the case, I probably still wouldn't, as the editor, even bother saying that. When you're an editor, you should know how to be an editor and know your job. That's not your job to analyze rather.
Thank you, Dahlia. That's what I was saying.
Yeah,
it was like are you picking on that? That is nothing compared to this whole book.
If maybe she shouldn't have paid attention that she missed a word edit. instead of worrying
Well,
about rather
we don't want to miss
psychoanalyzing.
out.
Does
We
she
don't
have
want to
said
miss
that?
our window. So
Did we
we
miss
got.
it?
Let's come back at 9:05 and then we'll talk some more.
All right.
Okay, cool. 15 minutes.
That's a 15, everybody. Plus, drink. Wait a minute. Look at me, Danny. Hydrate. Notice I said hi, not what you told me earlier. Hydrate and save your work.
All right. Here we go.
Or I'll tell you guys backstage.
Yeah,
what
tell them
she's
backstage
about.
you don't. Yeah. That's it. We got it, guys. That's time. I try to say it softly so I don't scare you.
You can't scare me. I'm the mistress of horror.
Needs to be harder.
That's right. Like, like that.
You get that Vincent Price Thriller laugh. Like
The fact that Vincent Price did a rap,
yes,
will always be like the highlight of the 80s for me.
Very true.
Boy, you still talking about that rabbit hole, right?
Yeah, went down there. That research rabbit hole, forget
it. Don't research while you're right.
No, you got to limit it.
Save that for later.
Either before or after, not during.
How did y'all do? I am proud to announce. I told you I needed that one more. I got it.
Oh, good. So you're ready to write.
I'm ready to write.
Ready to rumble.
Let's do it.
And it turned out, wait a minute, let me look real quick because I forgot that fast.
Vampire assassin, assassinating all the words down there.
It turned out to be, remember I said 40 this morning? It is actually 28 scenes.
Oh, good.
So Act 1 has 9, Act 2 has 10, and Act 3 has 9. So I'm so happy about that.
I think I got like,
and some of those scenes are like
I got
half a page. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right there.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Vampire Assassin got 686 words.
Nice.
Because Vampire Assassin is an assassin.
Apparently, it's assassinating all them words over there.
It's in the name.
It's in the name.
That's right.
How'd y'all do?
I was able to finish out this scene that I was struggling with. Yeah, and I feel really good about it. But I am gonna have to go because I got to get up at 5:30, and I need to.
Early morning.
I need to make sure that. I'm sorry.
I say early morning. No.
I know. It was just when I started doing early mornings again. It was a shock to my system, but I really enjoy. I really enjoy what I'm doing.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, that's what counts. So.
Yeah, absolutely. So, but it was really fun, and I know we're gonna do this again.
Yeah, next we're doing it again Monday.
Okay.
Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, I think. Yep.
Yeah, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. Now I can't promise to be bright-eyed and bushy-tailed in the morning ones.
we managed.
I think we did okay.
That's right. Well, then I will see you Monday evening.
Okay.
Yeah, because you're gonna do mornings and evenings.
Yeah, okay. Because some people are out of the country and some people didn't have evening times.
Yeah.
So as long as somebody actually shows up, I'll be there.
I magically will make both on Tuesday, but most of the time I'll be in the evening.
Yeah.
Because of work.
And most of the time I'll be in the morning because no one's home in the morning. Right now
that's the perfect time.
Sharing my office with my son who's actually over
here.
He's like, can you turn your camera? So I'm like, all right.
See, you got to do what I did, Dahlia. Just keep it in the back of your mind about, let them have a house. It's the house that keeps the kids.
But you know what? Do you know I was thinking about that today? I was like, that is a brilliant idea. You don't get them out. You leave.
Don't wait for them to leave. They're not going to leave. That's the homestead.
Yeah,
leave them in the house.
Yes. Good night, sweetie.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
I'm not going to last much longer either because I thought I could make it to 11, but my eyes are failing on me. But I will make it. I'm going till 10.
That works.
Okay, I think I can go till 10.
Yeah, because I always have to, even we go to 11 any night we manage that. I always have to bow about 10:30 anyway. I always take my.
Yeah, I think 10 is good.
Yeah. Because let me see, what time is it now? It's 9:10. All right, you guys want to do a 20?
We can do a 20. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, we'll do 20 because I got some. This is what I got. And I got to make it coherent.
Right. Let's do a 20. We haven't done any big ones. We'll do 120.
Okay.
We'll come back, talk, and see if anybody wants to do another one after that.
Okay,
How about we do that? That way we
All
get a
right, that
good one
sounds
in.
good.
that works.
All
All
right,
right.
let's go for it, guys.
Let's go.
Keep writing and vampire keep assassinating.
There she goes.
How did y'all do?
Well, I'm up to chapter 3 because what I do it by chapter or scenes like you do. But I call them chapters, and I just list what's going to happen in each chapter.
Right, me too.
So I'm up to chapter 3 now.
What?
Just listing.
I got it done.
I saw.
I'm so excited. And then I went and printed it because I'm me and I have to do such madness. So what I did was, and let's see, hold on, because I don't want. So I made my checklist. So each act, so I broke it into the first act. That's the checklist for it. And I'm going to later on tonight. I'm going to schedule out how long I'm going to take with each one. So, like the first scene is Genesis walks through the gulch during her morning routine.
Mm.
This is 9 scenes in this first part. It's only going to be, this whole thing is just, one short story, but I just
Right.
break things up. So with 9 different scenes, I will do 3 a day. So I know that next week in sprints, this whole act will be done.
Oh, okay.
And then I'll do the same thing with the next one. I'll do 3 a day plus 1. And then the last act, 3 a day plus 1. That's going to be exactly on time. Oh my God. The timing couldn't be better. I couldn't have planned that. How did you do, Danny?
I was finished making market.
Well, then you were accomplishing something.
Yeah, it takes time for that. Exactly. Everything
Exactly.
comes to me. I have to go do pickups or it comes to me in the mail. So
Yeah.
I was like going to the market. And when I go to the market that way, it's still like 2 hours worth because there's a family of 5 in this house. So, and my mother's list is like,
well, her
she's a
list
raw
is special.
vegan. So, I have to be like,
Good luck.
all the vegetables and the stuff and all the things and all the different things. And I have to shop. I only usually shop Aldi and Walmart for my pickups. And sometimes I have to do Dollar Tree for like cleaning supplies or something like that.
But that's what I did I get Aldi too.
Mm-hmm. So I do
Dollar
Aldi.
Tree has Instacart too.
Yeah, they do. So that's what I do. I don't go in stores.
Oh, neither do I.
I don't do
I
that.
hate it.
I stopped doing that before the pandemic happened. So me,
But
doing
I used to shop. I do ShopRite pickup. So I get on the ShopRite site, order what I need, click, and then you go and they just throw it in your car and you drive away.
Me too.
Yeah, that's all I do. I don't go. I haven't gone in stores forever. I didn't have time for that when I was before the pandemic, and I'm definitely not going in now with everybody acting like a fool. No, thank you.
With no mask, yeah.
How about this one? What killed me is that now, like, because I do it through Instacart, and then Instacart, you save 12 hours and 56 minutes of shopping. I'm like, I did.
Like, that's amazing.
I've been giving that much of my life away for free.
Yeah, you've been giving it away a lot, girl. I used to store hop too to look for deals, so I always knew what stores to go to. So I used to go to like 4 or 5 stores when I would go to the market. And I mean, my work schedule was like, I run my own cleaning business, so I'm like, my work schedule is like I'm done in the afternoon, but I have to then go to 4 or 5 stores when I used to go in stores. So that was like no, and it definitely wasn't gonna happen now that I homeschool my daughter. Like. No. So I everything is delivered or I go pick it up. If it's not, then I don't get it, and I can get everything like that. So that's what I was doing. I was trying
that to changed my life though, because my sons were doing all my shopping for me.
Yeah.
And y'all know Jeremy's special, right?
I know.
So I could put hot dogs on that list and he will come back up in here with cheese.
Yeah, I know.
And then
it's not just Jeremy. I'm just telling you. I just take my little brother with me. I'm like, Josh, go get watermelon, and he'd come back and he have like oatmeal or something. I'm like, what are you doing?
Wandering.
Yeah. When did I mention oats? It's not even in the same direction.
And so this has been a lifesaver doing the pickup. And I put my order. Matter of fact, I got to do my order tonight too. Sitting here talking, I got to put my order in. I do it every other Sunday. That way, I'm not like overwhelmed. Because if I put, Danny knows this. If I put too much in the wagon, because I got a big like a outdoor lawn type wagon, which is the bomb. But if I put too much in it, I'm not strong enough to get it over my doorstep.
Right. So you gotta be careful with that.
So I split my orders up, and now I get 2 a week, and I can just pull it right on in.
I use Shipped through Target, and they bring it.
Yeah, I like
put
that.
It right on. All you have to do is reach your hand out and grab it off the doorstep.
Yeah, I do that. I do. I have
do that.
Safeway. Safeway is like not too far from me, like real close. So they deliver. So I get them deliver right to my door when I need something too. So it's like
I would do delivery if I didn't live in an apartment.
Yeah, because they have to come up and come in and
they
do all
can't
this
get
stuff.
in my apartment, and they don't have enough sense to read the note where it says "Call me, let me know you out there."
Right. So yeah. The people who deliver out here, they at least read the notes, because I have the way my front door is made. When you try to like open the door, like if someone puts something on the step and you open the door, it's
going to push it off.
Make a lot of space, so you kind of like, it's a small stoop and then the step. And I'm like, this single family home, and they didn't build like a front like for the door to swing.
You know, Maryland famous for stoops.
For real though, I'm like,
they are Maryland famous for stoops. They don't play porches.
You know, so I'm like, I was telling them to put it down on the first step and do not block the door, please.
Right.
Because then I'll be like trying to push it and knock it off the thing, like it won't. No, so they listen at least to that, and they take a picture of it and send it to you when it's delivered, which I like.
And I'll be right in the house too, peeking through the Venetian blinds.
Yeah, me too. I'll be like, you out there? I'm not coming out there to see you, but you out there?
Wait, then you hear the car door shut. You hear him walk up to the house, and I'm like, you got my crunch berries? One of the orders I must have put in, I'm sure the woman was like, she got to be on her monthly or something, because what is in this? It was like chips and crunch berries. Yeah, I had gone to town. I was like, just bring it all. Ramen noodle. Oh yeah, okay. She's like, did you forget anything? I said, yeah, throw some Chips Ahoy on there too, because I see they on sale.
Yeah, give me some Chips Ahoy. Listen, don't be start talking about no ramen now.
No,
you going down my alley. Girl, get my K drama and my.
You know what you should try ordering from? Like Salwi or We.com, because they have all the Asian. You order from them?
I order from them.
I just discovered them like 2 weeks ago. And I was like, where's it?
What's it called?
I should have told you about it. Salwi.
Oh, how you spell that?
Wait a minute.
Because you don't want me to spell it the way I'm thinking.
I think it's SOY.
I was going to get a professor.
Let me see, because I have the app.
Yeah, you got the app. I don't have the app on my phone.
Let me see.
Oh, Lord. 200 words, though, bro. That's awesome. Yeah.
And of course, Vampire Assassin killed it again.
Killing me softly.
Killing all the words.
I feel so good. I'm so happy. And it literally took 2 streams to do it, to get it.
That's good, though.
When I need to get my Korean and Japanese stuff fast, I order from Amazon. You might pay a little bit.
Y'all didn't give me that spelling yet.
Yeah, I'm getting the site for you. I'm just gonna send you the link.
I ain't want y'all to forget. I love ramen. My name ain't Lee for nothing.
Ha. That's funny.
I grew up with Japanese my second language, but I'm learning Korean now. But that's always been me, Asian languages.
See, I don't speak no darn Japanese. My kids do.
Well, I just sent it to you.
If you can speak Korean, you can speak Japanese. But if you speak Japanese, you can speak Korean easy.
Well,
it's easier to learn.
See, I can sing in Korean, but I don't know what I'm saying.
Because your pronunciation
no. I'm convinced that half those songs I'm singing, slap that black girl, slap that fat black girl.
Wow.
And I'd be like,
it very well could be.
I'd be getting my groove on. They'd be like,
but it has a good beat though, right? And you can dance to it.
Did you hear that new Korean song came out? It's called like Peaches.
No.
And it's exactly about.
No,
wow.
I don't know if I can handle it. They getting bold. They used to get fined for
Please
showing
do.
more than one nipple at a time. And I'm talking about the boys.
I'm like, I know they still do that. If you notice in a lot of the K dramas, they will do that. I'm like, can I get both, please? I've ordered both.
They get on stage and they're dancing, and then shirt accidentally ripped. How that's their fault? But they get fined for that.
I'm like, could we not fine them for something that's awful?
But look, Rain got away with everything.
Yeah, he did though.
Woo.
He did. Someone had sense enough to let him get away with everything.
Rain. No, I think Rain said, "Take your $10,000. I'm still gonna take this shirt off."
Well,
I was like,
I mean, you know,
that's how we do.
money well spent.
This is right.
Where Rain? Where Rain at? Oh, he in the other book. Yeah, I got me some Rain. I got. Yeah. Don't give me stuff about Rain Dag. And now I'm seeing hip song.
You too much. I can't.
I watched that video.
The picture they got is on Instagram. That's all.
No. I know who you talking about. I know.
He was low riding the pants too. I was like, that's exactly what I like.
I was watching Hip Song for the first time. I got pregnant like 3 times watching that video.
That's a strong song.
I was mesmerized.
Did you? Oh, I did tell you.
Wait a minute,
right?
Dahlia. Have you ever seen Rain, who we're talking about? Oh well, I'll be right back.
I didn't mean to start anything.
I can't watch it because I don't want to get pregnant.
I'm just telling you, can't start.
I can't. No, I can't handle it.
You're always on about Rain.
It literally hurts for me to watch.
Now, Rain does have a really good body. Rain isn't exactly my type. I like him a little bit more prettier than Rain. But, I mean.
Oh, wait a minute. Somebody loved me again. So I got a new subscriber. Look at me.
Oh, that's me.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was like, why am I not? Because I kept looking through my subscriptions, because the subscriptions tells you when they go live instead of me putting your name into the search. I said, well, why am I not? I thought I was subscribed. I said,
you probably were. I've been unsubscribed from people I've been following for years.
And they do that sometimes.
Years, and then I go to say something to them and like, why I can't find
like what happened to him. Let me make sure, because I was sure because I know I get Danny's notifications. I'm subscribed
to Danny, and I don't get nothing. I don't get no notifications from Danny.
Yeah,
nothing. And
they're picking and choosing who gets my notification.
Yeah, it's just weird. And they
actually had a few people tell me that they unsubscribed me from your channel. Like I came back to look, and then I was subscribed anymore. I'm like, that's YouTube.
They can't say, oh, you weren't active, so we unsubscribed you, because I'm on YouTube every day learning how to do something else.
Exactly. She always on there.
I really am. So they all right, let me get here to the link to this. Now be careful when y'all watch this. This is a disclaimer warning. I got pregnant when I watched this video.
Did you?
Yeah.
One time I watched the one. I have to send you this video. And I was like, wow, they go a little too far in this one. What's going on here? But I was like, then I was pregnant with triplets. So I was like, wow, they did that.
Yeah.
That was powerful.
No, he ain't no joke with them hips. And I was like,
yeah, he got the hip song.
And the name of the song is Hip Songs. I was like,
I danced off the hip song a long time ago. I did belly dance.
You did, I remember.
Yeah, Brain. I've done a lot of his music.
Well.
I taught one of his signature moves in one of my belly dance classes. The one, with the leg pop in and out. I taught that one.
He
Good job, though.
Yeah. I like
wearing them white button down shirts. Like, he need to stop. Whenever he went, I'm just like,
well, and they when they accidentally slip off.
Not enough roads for them legs.
Oh, he just. I got a picture of him. He got some jeans on, and for some reason he didn't remember how to pull the jeans all the way up.
Yeah, I'm sure he didn't remember.
He forgot. So I just said he would want me to have this picture. He would.
I have so many pictures. It's not even. I gotta have like folders on.
He's my swimmer boy. Where is my swimmer boy at?
For your story, yeah.
Wow, not that one. Not that one. Not that one. Oh, no. I can't put them in that. I'll be pregnant again. Here it is. The plunge.
That
That
was
boy
good.
fine.
The
So I
plunge.
had my first Simone, and Simone, she said, I'm gonna go down to the pool. We're gonna have a nice little conversation down at the pool.
I would have want to have a conversation too.
So here goes Simone. But here go Jet.
Rain.
Mm,
Mm-mm.
mm,
I mean, a low riding the path, man.
mm,
Telling
mm,
all the secrets, but not enough.
mm. I just can't. I can't. He just perfect.
He's just perfect. Yeah, there's a lot of perfect specimens out here.
And I sing his songs to the highest notes I can hit, and I swear I know it's gonna be one day it's gonna turn out. I was saying, kill all the people in your house, kill them
You
all,
don't care.
stab
Shoot
them,
them, stab them, whatever you can.
Listen,
Kill 'em,
I always
kill
look
'em,
up the
kill 'em.
lyrics though. I always look up the lyrics because I'm a lyricist. I love learning the lyrics. I remember I used to sing. My favorite singer when I was a teenager was Guy, and he's Japanese.
I
He's
remember that.
big name Japanese
Guy
pop.
days.
Like it was a big deal. He's like the Michael Jackson of Japan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, big deal. Real pretty.
No,
pretty.
he's not
like
real. He's not
now.
He's not. Dahlia, don't listen to her.
Almost didn't look like
This man a vampire.
But he's beautiful anyway.
He a vampire.
But, like,
you
Guy
about
was,
90 years old.
He
looks well.
There's a song called Vanilla, right? And this song, the words to this song, Mel's will be porn. And I was singing it at work, like, and then some of the people was like listening. They would listen to me singing. I'm singing it in Japanese, so I'm like singing it at lunch break or whatever. And then they were like, "What you saying?" I said, "Oh, it's Guy." And then I was like, "Oh, here's the translation." So I told them some of the words. They was like,
You're at work.
So you don't watch porn, but you listen to it though. I was like,
my daughter came home one day because I had the kids in the afternoons, but in between them getting out of school and the parents getting home from work, and I had the kids, and my poor little Julius, Juju, and he's me. He's just a junior male version of me. And so he's sitting, he watching the videos with me, and he was in there like Sarunge. And so his mom come in and she's like, "Why are my children speaking Korean?"
Well, they ain't around me long enough.
And I was like, they learning shit in school. Like, I don't understand why you looking at me.
Asking me
school these days.
What?
I'm not their teacher.
I said he knows what he's saying at least.
True.
I don't get down. And oh my God. And he would come in and he'd be like, "I want to listen to my boy." I'm like, "Which boy?"
I introduced you to a lot of boys. Which one?
I want to listen to Henry. I want to listen to M Black. I'm like, we listened to Henry 8 hours yesterday. He only got 3 songs.
Listen to somebody else. A lot.
We're gonna need to switch up to somebody else that got more songs.
Listen, I can listen to Kim Phil all day long with that voice of his. Like, he had me crying the other day. I listened to his song. He did a slower version of the song I already know. And I'm like,
and you know I love me some G Dragon, right?
I know G Dragon.
G Dragon gonna come to America, hang out with Pharrell, go home and get in trouble. I was like, they done broke G Dragon.
They broke G Dragon.
He
That's
Pharrell
though.
5 minutes, and they put him on. I forget. They basically put him on punishment. I'm like, he a grown man. Why he punished? He was in America acting dumb. Why he punished when he get home?
Yeah, we okay with him acting dumb over here. It's all right.
They was like, we told him what he could and couldn't do.
Could and cannot do.
And he just went and did it anyway.
You can't be on Twitter talking about he trying to get with Rihanna.
Oh, wow.
I know. Everyone's going to get all pressed like they have a chance anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
They all get impressed and stuff. Like all the people losing their minds. All the
like that's not real.
Because the BTS group, they call the people who are fans armies or whatever. And like some of the armies get a little crazy. They like want to know what the boys doing and what the boys are the boys straight or are the boys gay. And I'm like, who cares?
What difference does it make to you?
I'm like, why does it matter? Leave them alone. Like if you like looking at them or listening to them, just do your thing.
Just enjoy yourself.
Well, don't tell me I'm not gonna get a little bit of G Dragon one day. That's happening.
Right. It's just okay to believe that. I've been believing about I was going. I told my mom, I said, "This is why I won't go to Japan. I love to visit Japan, but I won't go to Japan because Guy would be in danger."
No, he wouldn't, because he's a vampire.
I'd
You
be
can't do
catching
nothing
a
to him.
charge.
He's a damn vampire. I want
He'd
to
be
be
walking
real.
down the street or something. He's not safe.
Nah,
They don't do that.
You can
They be like,
listen
"Oh,
to
no
her,
one's
but
going to do
believe
nothing
me,
to me."
he is not human.
That's okay.
I know
I
Asian
like
don't
non-human.
raisin and black
Right.
don't crack, but he
Non-human's
took that
okay.
to another level.
To another realm.
He's
Another
not
realm.
from here. You
Yeah.
can't be 89, 90, 100 years old and look 12 and then be on stage gyrating. I saw the one video of him. I was like, what is he doing? Oh my God. See, I almost got pregnant again. I can't be
He
watching
doing
these videos.
I'll be like everything.
And his videos be so good. It's like mini movies.
Yeah, though his videos was really,
Whew.
really good. Too bad he don't do music anymore, really, though. He
Because
retired.
he gotta lay low.
I watch all he
so
does
can
like
come back
videos
in.
though. He does, like videos with his puppies.
When you a vampire, you supposed to disappear every couple years and then come back as a new
Right,
person.
he learned that. He's
We'll
like,
see.
I just look really young for 50 something.
My other boyfriend, he just turned
She got a lot of boyfriends.
55, I think, 56.
Oh, you talking about what's his name off of Instagram?
Oh my God.
That's the only guy you like that's older.
No, we on Facebook talking now. He wished me a happy whatever. I don't know what we were
Oh,
talking
you probably
about.
lost your mind.
Oh, did I?
Dang.
Well, who is he?
I'm gonna send him to you when we get off of here.
She's sharing a little bit. She being nice today.
He
It's
got me pregnant.
Yeah.
He stared at me too long, and then he gonna smile.
Uh-oh. Watch
Don't
out for the
smile.
smiling.
Don't smile at me.
Probably
I'm-
was just performing.
I take my predator thing very seriously.
She does.
You said yes when you smile.
Oh,
Don't act
is
like,
that what
don't act like
happened?
there was yes. I'm just playing.
You won't catch a case with those thoughts. So
You know what?
You gonna catch a case.
I'm gonna catch a case. Look, wait.
ID channel.
I managed to not catch a case in my 30s and 40s by the skin of my teeth.
I don't know how you did. My mom said, I'm surprised she ain't in jail. I'm like, yeah. Like that dude outside the bar that time. I thought for sure you would have went in jail. For that, but he didn't mind.
Sexual chocolate.
Yeah, he didn't mind. That was his name. That's what they called him.
No, I would have prefaced this with I was real wrong.
You were. You just laid up on that man. He just
I was
standing out
real
there.
wrong. But
He hugged you back though, so he wasn't complaining.
I
Something
was
worked.
wrong. Dahlia. Danny already know. But this guy was so fine that I didn't even believe he was real.
Marble.
And the funny thing is, I was in the club with my other friends, and then my boy Adam, we holding hands, me and Adam, we swinging out the club.
Saw him outside.
And they was like, somebody kept saying this sexual chocolate is outside. I'm like rolling my eyes. Oh, call somebody sexual chocolate. That's so dumb.
Mm-hmm.
So we walked past. I saw him. I was like,
You real?
he was so fun. He had these real skinny dreads, and they was going down past his shoulders, and he had his shirt open.
Not the shirt.
That was just showing off.
I don't
Like
even
it's
think
a drama.
the jeans was spray painted on, telling all his business, and you know what I mean. And he was leaned up against the wall. He had one foot up against the wall. He was just standing there, and I interpreted that,
That's an
That's a
invitation
yes.
to
To
lay up
me.
on him.
you know, as an invite. I dropped Adam's hand so quick,
Oh, wow.
and me and Adam was
Like a
just
dirty
making
diaper.
out. We was just making out in the club, and I was like,
That's how she rolled. I'm just telling
and I walked over to him, and I was like, I am sorry for what I'm about to do.
Well, at least you apologize. But see, that shows a forethought. That's first
I'm
degree.
sorry. That is admitting guilt because I knew I was
Yeah,
wrong.
that's evidence right there.
Yeah.
And I
that
just
case
wrapped
already
my
caught.
arms around him, and I laid my head on his beautiful chest, and I said, just let it happen.
Oh my God.
Every time I hear this,
We
And
in
then
this now. Just let
He
it happen.
reached around me and he put his arms around me, and he said something like, "Go, all right, babe, do what you gotta do, or stay as long as you need to, or something
Right.
along those lines." With
Right.
the most perfectest
I
voice
wouldn't have
ever
left,
heard.
and he shouldn't have
It
invited
was
it.
angelic.
Mhm.
And if I didn't have witnesses, I would have told you I imagined it. So I laid there. and I had on this micro mini skirt. I was so hoochied out that night. And it was like, I couldn't let him go.
People walking by looking at her like,
Adam gonna take me off of him. Yeah, everybody was looking at me like, why did she get the touch?
Adam was like, girl, you better get over here. He was like,
wow.
Did you see this guy?
And he was like, girl, if you don't come on, get in this car.
Well, sometimes you can't pass up these once in a lifetime chances.
I couldn't.
I agree.
And I was like, and he was like, you all right? He said, the girl, you all right? Girl, what? Oh my God. And he was just so beautiful. Like, he was just beautiful. And I couldn't help myself.
I could
once in a lifetime.
So
I would have got into all kinds of trouble hanging out with her. My mom would have not let me hang out with her.
No, I could believe it though.
My mom would be like, no Aphrodite for you. No, I'll be like, okay.
And then the guy Billy, who I came there with, was really mad with me.
Yeah, because he's one of those guys like, oh, I like you, but you know,
he's mad with me.
You belong
I
to
can't
me,
talk about Billy because he might.
Oh yeah, no, I don't think so.
He was mad.
Like, get out my face.
You need to get a Barbie doll for that.
Oh, he act a fool
Right,
sometimes. Like I stopped going out with him because he was so crazy. We was never dating. We were friends, but he ain't want to.
I've had male friends like that. It's like I'll just hang around. Like you have been friend zoned. Stay.
Deal with it.
Oh wait a minute, no, Billy on more than one occasion had boyfriends, so he can't even say. Why? I'm like, why are you mad with me? Your boyfriend standing right next to you.
Wow.
He don't care.
So,
apparently,
they're greedy.
Yeah, greedy. That's true. That's true.
What did they say? They
trying to get everything.
Right.
Got two Virginia hams under each arm and crying because they don't have a loaf of bread.
I'm gonna get a shirt and say he greedy. That's it. That is perfect. Yeah, he's crazy.
Facts right there.
He beat this one guy up because now the guy deserved to get yelled at, but he deserved to get beat up. He beat this one guy up, and before he started fighting the guy, he was like, "What? Oh wait, I ain't described Billy. He's a blonde haired, blue eyed, like Aryan Nation #1, right?" And he's standing there. He was like,
Hitler.
You gonna disrespect what's mine? She mine.
I'll be like, I didn't see a ring on this. I don't know.
I was like, wait
a
minute. I appreciate you taking up for me, but he lost his mind. He beat that boy up.
He about to do something else. I was like, cool.
No, that boy was like, he was real, like he deserved it. He did a terrible thing. But
I'll be like, yeah, beat him up and then I'm gonna beat you up after that.
Yeah, stop telling people that I'm yours.
I don't belong to nobody. Get out of my face. That's why I told his ass.
But he
had to get a few dudes straight. I had to get the friend zone dude straight. Like, you need some help back down there? Back down with that friend zone you tried to escape from.
I ain't had friend zone.
I had the friend zone most of the males. I wasn't interested, but they was all hanging around. And they friend zone because I always hung around dudes. So I did a lot of like tomboy stuff. Like I always played video games and went to
I hung out with the boys too.
I had to friend zone them all. They all was thirsty and stuff. I'm like, listen, no. It's not no store. It's not no juice store. Get out of here.
I might have been in the juice store.
I know.
I was very
juice bar. It's not no juice bar. Get out of here.
I like to get to the community.
They would have known. They got friend zone. They thought that they would get out of the friend zone, but I'm like, no. I explained to you, if I'm interested in you, I tell you straight up, and that's who I'm going to be with. There is no secrets. Me like, I don't know. I don't do tee-hee. I do you.
Yes or no.
That's what I do. I've always done that. I don't do no tee-hees and stuff. So there's no secret. So if I said we're friends, I meant it.
Right. It's not a challenge for you.
Change your mind. No, there's
right, but men don't hear that.
They don't.
I get a chance later. That's what he heard. I get a chance later. No, I never.
They like the chase.
I don't play games.
They like the chase,
but they used to that game playing. So maybe that's.
Oh, this one girl I used to watch on YouTube 100 years ago. She made me laugh so hard because she had this boyfriend and he was acting funny. Like all of a sudden he don't want to say where he's going or what he's doing or whatever. And her friends was like, you can't keep checking him like that. That's not cool. Like he still need to have his space. And girl, she found her face up and she said, 1, I'm a snack.
I'm a-
2, he did all that chasing and was all up in my face while he was chasing. And now he got a taste and he want to act weird. Nah, he bought this package.
Uh-oh.
I died. I was dying. She said, no, because he was all available when he was chasing.
Now, not so much.
And I was kind of like, because at first I was with her friends, like, girl, stop calling that boy. And she said he knew what he bought when he put the money down. That's what it was.
Wow.
Who I was.
No refunds.
He did all that chasing. He had I was dying. I was dying. She said, I'm a snack.
I'm a snack.
And she had this real deep, like she was from Africa. She had this real deep accent. It was real pretty. And when she said, I'm a snack, I couldn't breathe. I could not breathe. And her friend was like, oh my God, here we
Going
go.
all fat. I'm a snack.
Oh, it was so funny.
Yeah.
Let me see what time it is. You guys,
It is
it's 10 o'clock.
10:01.
It's 10:01.
So let's call it a night because we just getting goofy anyway.
True that. Later it gets goofier.
And we can pick up Monday morning at 11.
Okay.
If I decide to do, if I have a minute on Sunday, I might come on, but it's not going. I'm not scheduling it because I don't know.
All right, that's fine. And if
I'll be writing anyway.
If you're gonna do Mondays, and you said you're gonna do Mondays and Thursdays, right?
Monday, Tuesday, Thursday.
Okay. If you
Because
can't
Wednesdays
make
I have
it
production meetings.
one
I
day,
can't do anything on Wednesdays.
I can hop on in the morning on my and do a stream on my channel because, like I said, at in the mornings, all day I'm home from 7 to 4, just me and the dog. So
Wait, on what day?
all Monday through Friday.
Oh, well, let me know because it ain't got to be over here. We can do it on yours.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
And
if
it's
you ever want
easier
to
on
switch off,
me. It's easier on me because I get discombobulated with all the buttons and stuff.
okay, because I don't have a
I
problem.
mean, if you want to
just-
split it sometimes, Aphrodite, I could do something too if you need.
That
Yeah,
we'll
just-
talk. Hit me
just let us know.
on Facebook Messenger
Okay.
and let me know what days y'all want, and I will hand them over.
All right, then that sounds like a plan.
Because it's,
Yeah, all right, ladies.
it's 6 streams per week.
Okay.
2 on Tuesday, 2 on Wednesday, and 2 on Thursdays.
Okay.
So all you gotta do is let me know. That would be great.
And Thursday.
The only thing about on Thursday mornings, we have to end at 1 no matter what.
Yeah, because of
Tamara's
Tamara.
will come on after that, and we can just jump in there.
Right. All right, ladies.
All right, everybody.
All right.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Make sure that y'all click this link. Might want to wear like protective goggles so you don't get pregnant or nothing. Watch this. Have fun. Y'all think I'm joking? Wait till you see it.
I've
look at
already
it.
seen it quite many times.
Amazing. So, and we'll see you next Monday.
All right, then. Good night.
Happy
All right,
writing.
good night, everybody.
Good night.
Everybody.